Well, good evening. It's late. It is Tuesday, I think. Not sure whether it's Tuesday or not. I can tell you it's Monday. It's actually Monday the 23rd of 2019. I can tell you for sure that this is day 265 of my transplant adventure, as I get myself positioned with oxygen so I can actually breathe while we do this. And it is journal beats the hell out of me. I'll have to go ahead and get that information to you again, but it is day 265 post-transplant. It is the 8th day of the past 11 days that I've been here in the hospital, or been in one of 2 hospitals, with a 3-day break in between, obviously. If my math is correct, then I wouldn't necessarily bet my life on something like that. But I guess in a way I did bet my life on being here. Now, it's strange. Tomorrow morning I'm going down for another procedure and a bronchoscopy, where they're going to take another camera device and invade another orifice that has yet to have been invaded, to look at the inside of my lungs. You know, I like, in a way, I like the way we can actually say that, or I can say that with be kind of flippant about it, but it's really kind of amazing science when you think about it. They're taking a tube that is actually this thickness, approximately this thickness, that is not only flexible and controllable from externally, but has a light and a camera in it, and also the ability to capture tissue, which is also kind of nuts. And we're going to do that to rule out, or to find out exactly what's going on inside there, where the clot is, what it looks like, and whether or not it appears that there's any sign of infection or bacteria or viral infection inside the lungs. The good news is that I've been on blood thinners for enough days so that they feel the clot's finally starting to dissolve, which is good. We want it to dissolve. We don't want it to break up. We don't want it moving about the inside of my body. And I think that's the interesting part of all of this. I know I go on and on about the City of Hope. And you have to appreciate the fact that that's normal for me at this particular moment, because I wouldn't be having this discussion with you if not for the City of Hope. But beyond that, I was at a good hospital, a great hospital, in fact, with a great reputation here in the area, just a couple of miles away. And with superb doctors, excellent doctors who did a really fine job of doing the workups necessary to do what we used to call at the shop inspection and testing, in order to get to a diagnosis. And their diagnosis was accurate, their initial treatment was accurate. But even they realized that the nature of my disease, the cancer that I had, past tense, and the immunocompromised problems that the transplant creates until I build up my immune system, are really difficult for them to work with, even when they bring in consults from other disciplines. And even they realized that I needed to go back to the mothership. So a couple of nights ago, we piled me into an ambulance and made the 5 or 6 mile drive over here. And I got to tell you something, if you've never ridden in an ambulance and you're a gearhead or a technology junkie, I recommend doing it as a passenger and not as a patient, but it's an amazing experience in that there is absolutely no unused space in there. It's the most efficient use of space I've ever seen on any kind of vehicle or anything really. And it's a lot different riding inside it on your way from one hospital to another than it is riding behind it or alongside it, looking at it. I can tell you that for a fact also. But I can also tell you that the minute we pulled up in the driveway here at the City of Hope, a wave of relief just washed over me. I could just feel my whole body relax, knowing that there's no place that's better for me to be than here, where all of the consults that occur are doctors who are not only brilliant in their field of expertise, but they're also very familiar and comfortable with the nature of what that means with regard to a transplant patient who's immunocompromised. The level of care is undeniably higher. The level of compassion and empathy is exponentially higher. In every regard, there's such a profound difference that it makes you realize that in the pantheon of placement of all of these different medical institutions, there are levels that go way below the two that I just experienced, because the two that I just experienced are at the top of what's available. And the lesson there is choose the doctor, follow the doctor wherever that doctor goes. Make sure that doctor is working with a facility that's world class, and treat your illness seriously. If I hadn't been neurotic, let me rephrase that. If I wasn't as in touch with my body as I am, and I try to be, this could have been tragic. And I think that's an important lesson. I probably won't get out of here for another 2 days. I don't think I'll be discharged on Christmas Day, just by the very nature of things. So we'll probably leave here on Thursday. That'll mean another 3 days. So it'll be 11 out of 14, 10 out of 13. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure what difference it makes. I just need to go back to a normal life and to enjoy being with family. And it's difficult at the holidays to be where I am. But regardless of that, I feel so fortunate, so lucky, so appreciative that first I recognized there was something wrong. Second, that I acted upon it. Third, that I had a decent experience at the first hospital we went to out here. And finally, that I'm back home again. I'm in the bowels of the mothership, and getting ready for discharge, and returning to the normal life that I've enjoyed. Defining normal very loosely, no doubt. In the meantime, I wish everyone a spiritually meaningful and rewarding holiday season, the healthiest and happiest of holiday seasons, in the arms of those who love and those who love you. Till tomorrow, I hope till tomorrow, which I may miss, by the way. Stay well and take care. And thanks for hanging out with me.